Let me fix my hair.
Exactly. That's what I'm doing right now. Look at me.
And we're recording right now. We're live.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome to the August meeting of the Nottawa Hall Board. Everybody had a chance to see the agenda.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
A motion to approve this.
I'll put forward a
Carrie?
motion to approve the agenda.
Oh, Calvin, Carrie seconded, I assume?
Sure.
In favor? Yay, everybody. Pecuniary interest, anybody have any? Anybody getting a check?
No. Oh, I got a check last month.
Oh, you've already got it? Then we don't.
Yeah.
Is Patrice officially on the board?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so she couldn't vote on her own check anyway.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
good enough.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, we'd love to have you, of course, but I just wasn't sure if you were officially on. That's when you'd have to disclose. So nobody, that's excellent. Everybody see the minutes from the last meeting that felt like it was 2 years ago?
Yes.
Are we okay with those minutes?
Yeah, I motion to approve.
I'll second.
Calvin second. All in favor? Everybody? Yay! Business arising from the minutes. Anything? Douglas?
Jay, did you talk to Anne Marie and did you get over to the BMO?
I did talk to Anne Marie, and when we were going to do it, Emmy was on holidays. We needed the account number, blah, 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 blah. So we're still going to do it. We just haven't done it yet.
Okay.
But it is, we were like this close to going, but we needed the account number, and Emmy was on holidays, so we couldn't get it. We've since got it, but like this week has been insane for me. So
yeah.
So we will get there to get that done. I was going to bring that up under the later under the
No problem. No problem. Just I'd ask.
Yeah. No, it's a good question and it's a good answer. Financial report, profit and loss statements are attached. I don't think much has changed on anything that we've had financially, so I really don't think we need to go too deep into that. We will need a motion to pay our bills, though.
I'll put forward a motion to pay our bills.
And I believe waste management is one. And what, Doug, do you know the other? You and I talked about it, and I can't remember.
I'm trying to think what it was. Yeah.
Oh, was it
There
our
was one
internet? Did we start our internet back up?
Well, the internet hasn't started, right, Calvin?
Oh, I thought we had talked about that starting.
Yeah, I think we did. There was some messaging, right, in the chat group about it, but
Have I been added to the bill to be able to speak to Rogers yet?
oh, I will do that.
Sounds good. So no, the internet definitely has not been turned on because I haven't called in because they won't talk to me.
Okay. Well, we should probably go through the business of reopening before we decide on the internet anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Good point.
That motion.
Anyway, at least we have a.
Sorry,
Oh,
that
yeah, we need
motion
to
is
vote on it.
carried.
We need to vote on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All in favor? Everyone but Carrie. I get
What
it.
are we voting on? Paying our
Paying the
bills.
bills.
Paying
Yeah,
the bills.
okay. Yeah.
It's sort of a
Yeah.
blanket motion because I'm not sure exactly what bills we have currently.
Well, Emmy handles that for you, right? I
Yeah.
mean, she
Yeah.
processes all that.
Yep. Yeah. Maintenance report, Calvin.
Not much to report. I haven't been by the hall too much lately, not as much as in the beginning, but I do plan on stopping by in the next couple days. But yeah, not too much going on. So other than that, I think we've spent our miscellaneous budget at this point already.
Okay.
So I think we need to add some if we're going to do anything else.
And
Yeah.
the one thing I do think we need to think about is somehow that we can secure the hose. I
All
don't
right, so
Yeah,
Alright.
it's just in the entrance now, right? Which is fine when the hall's closed, but it's not going to be. It's going to be opening soon.
Yeah, and it's not
Um,
practical
Yeah,
for anybody
it's,
that
yeah, it
wants
is
to
a
go.
concern.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
what are your thoughts on what do we do with it?
Well, I
We
don't
could-
know. I mean, I've even wondered about like if we could have some sort of a box that it's just contained in with a padlock. I don't know. I mean, that's definitely not my forte.
Exterior? You mean an exterior box? Is this what we're
Yeah,
talking?
like some sort of, I don't know. I mean, James, my husband, even suggested seeing if Fergie would weld us up something like a box that, you know, is not easily picked up and moved. But I don't know. I just don't think it's practical when anybody goes to water. That's all.
Yeah. Where is the outside tap?
Way around the back.
behind the basement exit.
Yeah, by that kitchen, you know, like behind the kitchen there.
Yeah.
At the back on the right.
Okay. Okay. Because I was thinking if we could hang it inside that wall or inside that door.
Door opens from the inside only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
I mean, to access it, you'd have to go through the hall, but once it's open, you're right there. Do whatever you want, hang it back up, close it, lock up the hall.
Yeah, a couple of hangers inside the closet might be a good idea.
That could work.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll maybe leave this with Calvin to think of a couple of things, and if we decide to open the hall, which we'll know shortly, we can move forward with that. But in the meantime, why don't we just sort of, until we decide what we're doing with the hall, kind of leave it where it is. Is that a bad thing?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that works. I mean, even doing the hangers right away would be very inexpensive, and the hose is up and out of the way. And if we decide we want to do something else in the future, we still can.
Yeah.
So I might just do the hangers anyway, because
Yeah. We can find you some budget for that.
I think there's a way to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we can find budget for that. How are the gardens looking, Patrice? Have you been there lately?
Yeah, I was there last week. I was really pleased. Although the milkweed had gotten away on me. Holy smokes.
Really? Wow.
I was by today, but I didn't stop to look.
No.
Well, it looks lovely. It really does. It makes a big difference compared to what it has been in the past. So, and I got to tell you, the grass looks amazing. Like, let's be honest. Like that's growing like crazy with all the rain and the warm weather we've had, and the
Yeah.
watering that we did, and the fertilizer. I mean, the grass is just tremendous. So, you know, it's interesting talking about maintenance. We are going to need to consider doing something about an electrical outlet for the Christmas decorations that are coming, because we have Christmas decorations that are going to go to all the halls, and so we're going to need to sort that out. Getting an extension
exterior?
cord. Yeah, exterior. Like they're like the big star, you know, the lit up LED stars that we had in Stainer and Creemore last year. So we have purchased a whole bunch more of them, and there's going to be placed at all the halls and arenas and all that stuff all over the township this year.
Oh, in the spirit.
Yeah, I did a little bit of Christmassy sort of holiday spirit. Yeah.
Nice.
So we may need to, because you guys know there's no electrical plug anywhere, right? So it's kind of just like that garden hose thing. We're gonna have to sort that out. So we may need a purchase of a long extension cord eventually, but we might work that out with the township, because it depends on what they need to install it. So it might be a shared thing.
Well, we can note that and talk about it maybe at the next meeting when we know a little bit more.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that
for
fair?
Oh yeah. I mean, we're not going to see them go out until middle of December, but it's just something to think about.
Yeah, but if we're going to get it done, we need to get it done in good weather. You don't want an electrician out there standing in the snow and the cold.
Precisely. Yeah.
Yeah, they're less
And not
likely
only
to
that-
give us a good deal.
If we're gonna do a plug outside towards the front, I would assume we may just want to also have them do one at the back at the same time, so we have
Yeah.
ready access, right? If we're there doing it, we might as well get the two in case we
For
need.
sure.
Like,
Yeah.
for example, doing Small Halls Festival where the hose is, it would have been nice to have a plug there. I mean, for lobsters and laughs, not that
Yeah.
we're necessarily going to do that again, but
Yeah, for
it
sure.
would be
Yeah.
handy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, for sure. Well, listen, why don't we can ask around. Do we have electricians? I mean, we have electricians who have done work for us before. You want to sort of secure a quote so we get an idea where we're going with this, or what?
We kind of have one who lives across the street from Calvin who's usually pretty helpful to us.
He is so. I was thinking that very guy actually. He's in
I will
Ottawa.
talk to
Probably.
Wayne. Actually,
Yeah.
I planned on talking to that particular electrician about this exact issue, but then COVID kind of happened, and so I'll revisit it with him and see what he thinks.
Sure, that's
Okay.
excellent.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Approximately where do we think we want to hang this decoration?
It's not hanging at all, Calvin. It sort of stands on its own. It's just that it needs a plug out there where we were growing the grass, you know?
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I get what you're talking about.
so we'll have to have a plug in the building and then just a 40-foot extension cord to plug it in type of thing. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Bookings update, Barry.
Barry.
Of course, I don't think there's any bookings currently, but he was talking to some people about potentially booking if we decide to open. I know that. I'm just not.
Yeah, there was.
We're just not there yet. So, all boards chair meeting. I sent that out to you guys because I don't know how I missed it, but I had some craziness going on in my life at the time. So, Kayla and I talked about it, but I can't give you too many details other than the email I sent to you with the minutes, which I believe I posted in the chat for everyone.
Yeah.
So, and in that,
Kayla
I think
Kayla
Kayla
also
sent
sent
them
a message
oh, did
with,
she also send it? Good.
yes, in the group of 3 messages when she talked about sending us too many emails, which really
Yeah, I
wasn't.
did see that. Usually when I see that, I ignore anything after. I'm sending you too many emails. You're usually right. You are sending me too many. But during that meeting, they did go over reopening protocols. And Kayla and I, again, talked briefly about it, but maybe Doug knows a little more than what I know from Kayla about the protocols for reopening.
Well, thanks, Jay. Briefly, at our council meeting on Monday, Terry Vachon and Amanda Murray made a presentation, which included some of the bones of the whole kit and the presentation on how we would reopen. They prepared basically a reopening kit, which includes information about how you do the sign in so that you have a record of everybody who's using the hall at whatever time or whatever date they're in there. It would also include a portable hand sanitizing station, like one of these standalone structures, where you put your hand underneath and it automatically dispenses. Lots of hand sanitizer, obviously, lots of masks, some gloves, a checklist on some of the things you need to be aware of. The kit, anyway, Amanda will certainly present it to you guys. She'll probably call either Calvin or actually she might call Barry and you, Jason, because Barry does the booking. So, and then Jason is the chair. Might call. You know what? I'll just make sure she communicates with everybody. I'll ask her to do that. But anyway, the whole point is that we were supported with a grant that helped us pay for some of this materials as well. It'll include the stickers, the little floor stickers and all that. But the big concern is strictly that renters who use the facility have to be aware that they have to meet the requirements of the Simcoe Muskoka District Health Unit. And we will do everything we can to help them do that by giving them guidance and assisting it on their rental agreement, et cetera, that they do that. So obviously the maximum number of people is still 50 because that's all they can ever do indoors. People have to have masks if they're meeting. If there is a discussion about whether a yoga would be permitted, I'm not sure. I wouldn't be able to comment right now, but there's talking about low impact exercise classes when they're spread out across the facility. They have plenty more than 6 feet across from each other, and so that may yet still happen or be allowed anyway. So yeah, there's a bunch of options, and the difficulty, though, of course, is that there's a whole lot of restrictions that volunteers are going to have to follow, and part of that volunteering is that the policing of it, and the fact that you have to emphasize that with your renter, that you have to pass that responsibility to the renter, that they're now responsible to do that. So washroom cleaning is outlined in the program as well. So there's a lot of information in there. Sorry, I wasn't prepared to talk about it tonight, but I'm sure that we can get Amanda to give you a full package of information, Jason. And
that's what Kayla and I talked about. She said that Amanda would be reaching out with a kit. So
yeah.
Question.
So, yes.
Yeah. What kind of cleaning budget does the hall have? Because here in Stonebridge, our beach house, in order for us to use it, it's $100, and that's just the COVID cleaning.
Right.
So it has to be cleaned every use. And
Right.
It has to be a COVID cleaning every use. Is that not the same in the hall?
So, Patrice, it's one of the interesting things about this whole procedure, and actually the Premier spoke about it today. Every municipality is a little bit different. So in our municipality, the responsibility for cleaning is still with the halls, and even in our municipality, each of the small halls treat the cleaning responsibility differently. So some of them hire a full-time contractor to do it, much like we have. Some of them do it themselves. Some of them have they actually hire an employee who is not a full-time contractor, but is now an employee of the hall. So there's several ways that it's executed as far as how to do the cleaning. But there are cleaning protocols that are already built into the Simcoe Muskoka Health Unit's recommendations about washrooms. So and then the whole hall too, the cleaning of the hall. So obviously touch surfaces, so banisters, and in our hall specifically, it would be around the bar area, the tabletops, the chair backs, the window ledges. These type of things would have to be cleaned more than what we, I guess, traditionally have done, is just cleaned up what we've seen as a mess. Now the procedure is they have to clean it whether they see it or not. They have to do it. So.
And who pays for that?
we do.
So the municipality has asked all the halls through the agreements that the halls are responsible for cleaning, and we're providing additional materials like the hand sanitizers and wipes and that kind of stuff that are available. So yeah, that's how it's handled right now. The good news is, of course, is that we received a lovely grant just yesterday afternoon. I got the email. We sent out a press release today, so we got a nice grant to help us cover some of our COVID expenses. So the Treasury Department are going to do a review of that with the CAO, and we're going to sort out some of the expenses that our municipality is incurring. And Patrice, to your point, that may be one of them that may come up. I do know this, that we're changing and modifying our protocols at the municipal office as well as at the library and the fire hall and the works department buildings, all of our libraries. So yeah, there's changes already in place right now about washrooms. So that may be part of some of that expense. Does that help?
Yep, it's very helpful for me.
Okay.
Reopening. So maybe we should wait for Amanda before we, at our next meeting, before we decide on reopening. You think that's a good idea, Doug, or do you think that we should decide to open and then talk to Amanda?
Well, you guys as volunteers should discuss it, really, what you want to do. I would say the municipality would be supportive of whatever your decision would be. I'll share with you, though, that there are some of the halls have made motions that they're simply not opening until there's a vaccine. I mean, they're simply just not. But on the other side, There are halls that are working with some of the worship groups. We have 2 of the halls that are used every Sunday for worship. And so with the provision that they can hold worship centers indoors, 2 of our halls are in the middle of negotiations right now with their renters so that they would then be able to meet the requirements of the health unit, right? Because again, we're transferring that responsibility from you guys as the hall board to the renter. So the renter now has to take that responsibility and respect it. And they have to keep track of all the people that are there and names and phone numbers and all that stuff. So, yeah. It's a little more complicated than it first appears, if you don't mind me saying. Go ahead, Calvin.
I'd definitely like to get some more information about it. As to that information from Amanda as to exactly what the volunteers are going to be responsible to do, and that transfer of information, as well as what kind of events do we have booked coming down the pipe and how busy are we? That kind of stuff, right? Like what kind of events are we negatively affecting by not opening?
Yeah.
You know, that would definitely weigh into my decision as well, right?
Yeah, I would encourage you, Calvin and Jason and Carrie, you know, and Patrice, you really need to have a conversation with Barry about what has been requested. I do know about the yoga because that was something that came to my attention, and I don't know whatever happened with it, but I do know that somebody asked about it. So, so yeah, I don't know what's going on. You know, there were some people back in January and February that were booking November and December for Christmas bazaars and Christmas sales and that kind of thing. So it's hard to say whether we're there yet, right?
Well, I'm going to suggest we put it on the agenda for the next meeting. Everybody have a chance to think about it. Who knows what might change in the next month with the health unit anyway. And I suggest that we invite Amanda to the next meeting.
I think it's a good idea. I would recommend that you, Jason, have a conversation with Barry to make sure that Barry can attend and get a full report about what, you know, expectations there are from the community right now. So you better make sure he can be here to help you report that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll make sure that Barry's included.
Yeah.
It may not even be a bad idea if we could get the information from Amanda ahead of time, just so you can kind of have a chance to, you know, look at it and sort of see our responsibility.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I will send an email off to Amanda tonight and ask her if she could email you guys and make sure that information is out there. I mean, if you want to go look at it tonight, you can go take a look at the agenda of our council meeting. It was attached as an agenda, and there's a good list of items that are in there, and it's a pretty good report actually that Amanda and Terry presented to council on Monday night. So you can have a look at it.
Okay, sure.
Alrighty, it's there if you want to have a look.
Yeah, no, I just think you know, for us to try to get our heads around what we might be expected to do.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Terry, that's the problem, right? I mean, you know, as a medical professional yourself, the crazy steps that you've had to go through in your work, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of similar here in this volunteer role because, you know, in what we've been doing in the style of the Nottawa Hall rental is to, you know, here you go, here's the keys, knock yourself out, have a great time, and our cleaner goes in and cleans it up, right? There you go. Well, now we have to keep track of every person that's there. We have to make sure that they're wearing masks. If they don't have a mask, we have to give them a mask. I mean, there's a lot of that procedure that has to be in play.
Right.
So, yeah.
I don't think you can rely on people to self-clean either.
Yeah, fair enough.
No.
Yeah.
No. People do the bare minimum. Yeah. So I think that I'll talk to Amanda hopefully this week.
Can I suggest just as a cost venture or cost saving thing? We kept the garbage dumpster for all this time in anticipation that it might reopen.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to call them and just tell them take it away.
I actually thought we did cancel that, but.
Sorry, you just froze.
Oh, I actually thought we did.
So I'm wondering if you guys shouldn't consider that.
I thought we did. I thought we put it on hold.
It is on hold.
Oh, but you're
But-
saying actually remove it, Doug? Like, is there a difference?
Yes, because they're still
Cost?
charging it. They're still charging us for
Oh.
storing their bin on our property.
Okay, I didn't understand that. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that was the confusion too. So the point of the matter is, like, thank you. I appreciate that they're not picking up. So the deal is, we're not paying for pickups. You understand?
Right.
But we are
Okay.
paying
We're being billed
storage.
every month for a bin that's sitting on our property that we're not
Okay.
using.
Okay.
And that was only because we honestly at the time thought this would be done by December or by October, right?
Yeah.
So
We thought it would be done by June.
yeah, and to be honest, the number of rentals that we're going to have, whatever garbage is left, I'm sure we can find another place for it, right?
Yeah.
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 No, that's a good
Like,
point.
Sarah only puts out one bag a week, so we could probably put one at her place.
So, you know, so
who
maybe
has-
if I may, since I'm here now, why don't we make a motion to contact Waste Connections Canada and ask them to remove the bin and cease our contract effective September 1.
Okay,
Does that
but
sound fair?
we should remove our lock, right?
I'll go do that. I mean, or Calvin, you can drop by and pick it up, right?
Yep, I can do that.
Just undo the lock and leave it like it looks locked. Otherwise, it'll be heaping full.
Oh, yeah.
People's couches.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I will make that motion for sure.
Oh, there you go. Okay, thank you, Carrie, and there you go.
Seconded
I can second it if you wish. Happy
Yeah.
to do that.
by the
I can
mayor.
second
All,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
all in
All in
favor?
favor?
Sure. Thank you.
So who has access to that account?
Emmy has the account. We have all the account information.
So they-
Jason, what I can do, Jason, is I'll send you a text message with all the information, and you can prepare a quick email and send it off.
All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
In-person meetings.
Oh,
Just
boy.
got an email on this the other day. I'm surprised to see it on the agenda, so maybe this is something I would go to Kayla for, but she's not here, so maybe Doug,
Yeah.
you can help us with the in-person meeting, what council did?
You know, we've all had great anticipation that this would end sooner than later. And it's going to end later. So in July, we were talking about that by September, we would be able to have in-person meetings following better protocols, you know, sitting 6 feet apart, people wearing masks. So the Dr. Gardner, the medical officer of health for the Simcoe Muskoka District Health Unit, proposed a letter to all the clerks in Simcoe County to advise them that it's his advice that council meetings continue to meet virtually, this type of format. And therefore, Clearview Council received a report at council meeting on Monday night, and we supported that. We will continue to do that. We're going to continue to meet virtually. Disappointing as it is, because we really did want to get back together and have public engagement, you know, in person, that kind of thing. But therefore, when we have, as the council, we're not meeting in person, and so we're asking all of our hall boards and committees to do the same, to continue to meet virtually. So that was why it's on the agenda, just so you're aware that at the time we were talking about how we would follow the protocols, but there isn't any really safe ways to do it anymore, you know? So disappointing, I know.
Well, I'm not opposed to this format, at least for now, so as long as we have to, so.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I'm
agree.
the same. This is, I mean, if
I mean,
we can keep doing this as needed.
Carrie looks comfortable, so we don't want to disturb that.
So am
Yeah,
I.
Patrice also.
Hold on, here, there,
Yeah,
I'm
she's-
really comfortable.
she's laying right back. There you go. Carrie's got her sunglasses on, got the margarita
Sit down.
hidden down there. She's doing great.
No,
Sitting under the pergola, you know,
Yeah.
just enjoying life. Is that even Carrie Merlees? Do we know that for a fact?
the snow is gonna be here before we know it, so I'm soaking up all of this I can.
I get it.
I don't blame you.
I was just get out of the pool. I get it.
All right.
The next meeting is September the 10th at 7:30.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, but before I motion to adjourn, I think we were also supposed to talk, Jay, about our second installment of our payment to the township.
Ah, you went over that. Yes,
Thank
you
you,
did.
Carrie. I have a note here
It
to
is me.
stop
It
you.
is me.
Have we made our first one yet? I mean, I know we talked
Yes.
about it, but,
Yeah, it was done some time ago.
oh, okay.
It might have
I
been
knew
even,
we talked about it, but I thought all this sort of stuff was kind of on hold until things got a little bit back to normal. How much is the second installment?
We have down 5,000 again.
All right. Now I have to look at the bank account. I think we can
Well,
afford it.
I think the bank account was 22 or something like that.
Yeah, that's what stuck out to me was 23,000.
Well, as long as we can afford it, I'm not opposed to it.
yeah, I think it's a smart idea.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do too. So I motion that we go ahead and make our second installment.
All right.
I second that motion.
All in favor? Everybody, I hope. Thank you.
Yep.
Good.
All right. And I'm sure Sarah's getting all this recorded, so that's great. We can prepare give direction to the finance department to handle that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true. I love
Okay.
giving away all boards money. And that's all the items that we have on the agenda, except for Carrie's favorite thing.
I
Which I
motion to
So
adjourn.
before we do that, we should
Okay.
definitely talk to Barry to make sure that he can make that September 10th meeting at 7:30
we'll do
and
that.
potentially
Yes.
adjust if we have to.
Yeah.
You know what? What you need to do here, Jason, as the chair, is say that is the scheduled next meeting, but if we have to adjust it, it'll be at the call of the chair.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can adjust. if
So
we
you
have
got to
to.
work
Okay.
that out with Barry, and I agree. We need him here to have that discussion on 9.2 about the reopening.
Yes,
Yeah.
agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay, now you're up, Carrie.
Okay, a motion to adjourn.
I second.
All right, all in favor? Should be everybody, please. I don't want
Yeah.
anyone abstaining from this vote.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
See everybody next month.
Thank you, everyone.
you
Have a
all.
great night.
Thank you, Sarah.
Bye.
Thanks,
Okay.
Sarah.
Nice to see you, Sarah. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.